Right, so here is our 6465 and our TS90. 6465, like I touched on in the last video, is now sold. It is now going into the workshop to get all its oils changed, all its filters, hub oils, and everything is going to be finished off in this tractor now, because I need to get it out. We've already taken payment on it, so it's time for it to finish it off and get it out of here. It's going with the loader as well, and like I said in the previous video, there's also some new back tires going with it as well. But we have a local farmer who is taking those back tires off of us. They will do him a long time. We have our hitch fitted to it now as well. So this hitch came off of a 6616, I think, or something like that. And they're bolt on a lot of the Massey Ferguson models. Hitches are totally interchangeable. One of the things the customer specified is he's going to change these and put on heavier ones off of a 6480, I think, because he has some heavy equipment for the 3-point linkage. So he's putting on heavier we're putting on heavier arms here for him, and that is all part of it. Also a brand new top link on the rear, because the last one had some play in it, and with the heavy implements it wasn't quite going to work. So like I say, she's to go in now for her full service, get her Irish registration, which is another KY Reg one out there, and that is pretty much her. But yeah, you've seen her lovely tractor, and straight away sold. The customer came, gave a walk around it, gave a drive on it, and said, sure, I can't fault it, like, you know, absolutely perfect tractor. And he's happy with that, so we need to get that press on that now and get that out of here. Also, this one we have we've taken a deposit on our TS90 now. She is pretty much, and also our TS is pretty much now ready to go. It's got its filters changed. Just need to fit our pickup hitch to it, which hasn't arrived yet. I thought it would have been here yesterday, but just not here yet. So obviously the two of them will have to go for re-registrations then as well, which, if you don't have everything right, can be a bit of an ordeal, but we're used to it now. Dad does those things. Is a bit tidier, a bit better with the paperwork than I am, so that's one of the jobs that'll have to be completed. That will be the last job. Normally we do that once there is a deal sorted in them. That's kind of when we start doing them things. So yeah, that's the two of these. Next week we will be in Europe once again, looking to see what else we can find, and hopefully we can bring two beautiful tractors like the two of these home and find homes for them in this country. So that is the plan. I think I touched on it. That's 14 for this year so far, so not bad going at all. 13, 14. I'll check it over again, but if you go on our Facebook page anyway, you'll be able to see them on Wharton Agri tractors previously sold on our website, not our Facebook page, our website. Previously sold section on the website, you'll be able to see all of those. So that's pretty much it for me. Just a wrap up of this week. Like I say, if it's your first time visiting the channel and you like what we're about, give the videos an old thumbs up and give us a subscription, please. And the last 2 weeks we've got an awful lot of those, and it's helping a massive amount. Also, this is something we would have seen a bit of this before. Had we ever a transmission out? I don't think we actually had. We were near taking a transmission out before, but we didn't have to. But anyway, here is the inner workings of a Vario transmission. This is a spare transmission that I have here, and it's in perfect working order. So maybe at some stage this will be put into a tractor, and the one that's taken out will then be rebuilt, or else there'll be bits and pieces taken off of this transmission to keep another one going or whatever. But it's very handy to have something like this sitting here spare. So basically the description of it is, here is your stepper motor. This is for a KCVX Steyr CVT or New Holland TVT, by the way. But anyway, this is your stepper motor, just this little thing here. And here is your ball on the end of the stepper motor. And basically that turns, and the angle of that is changing the angle of your swash plate pump, which is known as your hydrostat on these, and that's basically how your variations are taken up. You have your engine drive coming in here, and you have your output out of it here. After that, then you go into basically a reduction hub. So I can spin him, but this side of the gearbox doesn't turn. So you have power coming in here. This is spinning away, but it's not spinning out the other end. So that's how you, when you take your foot off, everything is still turning, except your output is not turning. And also vice versa, you can spin this. Basically what these things are front hubs inside them. And everybody is familiar with the front hub of a tractor. You have your gears going around the outside. You have one central gear in the center, and you have a row of teeth that it all runs on. You can maybe see into this one as well. Same principle. That's basically what's going on there. They have a tendency to burst these, especially tractors with running at high horsepower. Burst the gears, burst all the teeth off of these leads. In here then you have your actual gears. If you're 3 or 4, someone who'll be a bit sharper than me will remember, I think there's 3 in there. Basically she locks in one of them. From certain speed ranges she locks inside a dog clutch. There's dog clutches inside here, so they snap on and you're locked in drive, and then your variations are taken up with your planetaries. So if you take your foot off, obviously your engine speed spikes, a whole lot spins faster, and your planetary takes up the slack. But look at them, they're very straightforward, simple unit, but very expensive to do anything to. So that stepper motor now is quite a price. That is, I think that stepper motor, because the newer ones now you have to change the wiring loom on them. So you're talking about €5,000 now for just this little item and a wiring harness. Hydrostats very rarely give trouble, but when they do, you're talking about €12,000 I think for a hydrostat. But again, all these things can be rebuilt. You don't actually have to go away and buy brand new ones. Those reduction hub parts are also pretty expensive. I think you're talking about, if this is the common one to burst, this one doesn't really give any trouble at all, but this is the one that bursts, and that's, I think you're talking about €3,000 to replace everything there. And sometimes you'll burst first gear as well, but uncommon. It's common on tractors with high hours, putting out high horsepower, but on your run-of-the-mill ordinary ones, would say this transmission came out. It's normally the high horsepower ones that do all this kind of damage. We've seen smaller ones with 13,000-14,000 hours without having transmissions out, and I've seen ones with as little as 6,000 hours with the transmission out. So you just don't know. But it's look, I'd prefer to be facing into this than facing into rebuilding a power shift. It's about 2 hours work to get this out in the ground, whereas if you have to go doing a full power shift box, you're talking days upon days upon days. So that's basically it. That's all there. Keeping it here for the day we need it, and hopefully we won't need it, but yeah, it's safer to have these things than to not have them. So yeah, that's basically the inner workings of a CVT transmission. So like I say, your dog clutches are in here, your 2 planetaries take up all your slack, all your variations. Your hydrostatic motor takes over in between gear ranges to driver. So when she's locked in gear, you're 100% mechanical drive. I think when you're doing 50k on these, it's purely mechanical. She's locked in gear. She's locked in this last one here. She's not relying on any hydraulic power at all to move her. Whereas I think fin transmissions at best achieve 60% mechanical drive or something like that. So that's why these feel a lot more powerful. I suppose you have 100% mechanical at certain speeds. So yeah, that's enough about that. We're gonna look at the tractors now as well. So Connor now has his CS110 up and running. We threw the loader off it there the other day, and tractor starts first pick now and is fully functional. So I think what he's going to do today is he's going to flush out all his oils as it's been sitting for a while. He's going to flush everything, and then he's going to carry it home, and he's going to continue the project at home in his own time. So from not running the other day to perfectly running under her own steam now, this is going to turn into quite a nice tractor. And especially the man in question is very, very talented indeed when it comes to mechanicking. He's very, very good at it, so he's going to make a lovely job of this tractor. I actually cannot wait to see how it turns out. Probably progress will be a bit slower now, I'd imagine, that it goes home. He's only going to come and go from it when he has a bit of time, but it's a lovely tractor on lovely tyres, and like I say, can't wait to see the end result in that. So that's that tractor. Now we'll move on to the Ferguson and the TS.